Okay, Rhythm. I need you to stop skipping. So, last time, you guys made your way back to Port Nyanzaru from your stay overnight on the Brazen Pegasus after fulfilling your mission for Quayothe to dispatch of Shago. Staying only briefly in town, not wanting to attract more attention than needed, you guys stocked up on some fresh provisions, bought a few canoes, took some time to speak with a man by the name of Zatembe at this Temple of Savras, this temple that bared similar iconography to the priest individual that had kind of showed up at your hotel room a few nights past, spouted this vision, and then passed out. You assisted Zatembe in kind of getting out of a sort of a tense situation with these three sort of black leather clad, rough looking individuals that were demanding he assist them with locating a man by the name of Artist Climber. As thanks for getting him out of the situation, Zatembe offered you a free reading of sorts, that he would consult the guides, and if you were to seek him out the following day, he may have some information for you to aid you in your journey. That night, Asher, you experienced this sort of vivid, almost prophetic vision of this ancient city in this deep ravine covered in snakes, this sight of this black obelisk covered in vines, this kind of uncanny pull towards it from the more chaotic side of your nature, and afterwards falling into a dreamless sleep for the remainder of the evening, you guys took your supplies, took your canoes, and set off towards the River Soshenstar. You made it about to the edge of the Chultan jungle before setting up camp for the evening and sharing the night with this group of Emerald Enclave scouts that were returning from deep within the jungle, seemingly a little unnerved by the time it took them to find their way back. The rest of the night passed without much of a scene. They left early in the morning, and now you guys find yourselves waking up sort of on this kind of beachish-like area just outside this jungle. So, what do you guys do?
Good news, ready to go?
I'm ready to roll.
Head out.
I agree.
Collect all of the rain catchers.
Okay. You collect over the evening. It was wet. I'd say you guys were able to collect about how many about a gallon per rain catcher. So I'm not sure the total number of rain catchers.
We
you guys
have a
at this point,
lot.
but
We
yes,
have a
it is.
lot.
I know it's quite a few. How many do you have? Sorry.
3.
Rain catchers, we have a lot.
Okay.
I have 5 or 6.
I only have one, I think.
I have at least 2.
Darius has 1. Let's say you guys get 10 gallons of water.
Not bad.
Just between all the rain catchers, it was a fairly standard evening here in Chult. So you guys, have this stored 10 gallons or so of water. You have you kind of spend some time while preparing some quick food for the morning before getting everything packed up, ready to go. So, which way you guys headed?
We're headed down the river, right? We have canoes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So, at this point, you guys have kind of come to the mouth of this river, and you're able to, you feel confident that you're no longer in the sort of roiling sort of seas that may kind of toss the canoes a little roughly. And now the rivers themselves are pretty slow, slow flow of water. It's hard to really tell which way it's flowing, whether it's flowing in from the ocean or out to the ocean. It almost seems kind of like like a lazy river. You're definitely propelling yourselves more so than letting a current take you. But regardless, it's certainly quicker than on foot. And as you load everything into the canoe, I'd say who's going in which? How you guys splitting up amongst the two canoes you have?
I'm with the tip of canoe and Tyler too.
What? I've never heard that euphemism.
It's a really old political slogan
Well, that explains
for
it.
for Andrew Jackson, I believe.
That would explain why I've never heard of it. All right.
How much weight could they hold again?
So each one can hold about 500 pounds of supplies of just cargo essentially. So you gather, there's seats for 6 on each canoe, comfortably. But between all of you and all of your supplies, you'd need to either have the 6 of you without your cargo in one canoe and just everything else in the other, and just kind of have that kind of dummy behind you, or you'd need to kind of split it up.
I think we should do 3 and 3, shouldn't we?
Yeah,
that seems
about
like the
that.
safest way. About that? What about
Have
that?
6 people.
No,
Yeah,
like
5 people. Yeah.
it's about 3 and
Well-
3, maybe more
Let's
like
do
2 and 3.
Me and
Well, counting
Darius.
2 and 3, and you
Counting
guys take the
Darius
dog
is
with
2.
you because Darius is a very strong man, and the dog can't really row.
Okay.
So I was counting the
Darius-
dog as part of the 6. He's
Okay.
very fat.
So Darius, Asher, and Roger in one, and the remainder of you guys in the other. And you can kind of split the cargo up amongst yourselves. Asher likely being the lightest, Darius likely being the heaviest. Kind of balances out the canoe a little bit. Asher and
I don't know, Asher,
and
how much do
Roger.
you weigh? Actual question though, how much do you weigh?
Probably like a 160.
I think you might be heavier than me.
That's 160 with all gear and everything.
Okay, I'm 170.
Well, with gear, it's
Oh yeah.
160 body weight.
Yeah, I'm 170 body weight, so that's pretty close.
Okay. Either way.
What?
Simply
Wait,
enough.
just the weight on the sheet doesn't.
The weight on the sheet is just
include-
equipment. It's not like you
Yeah.
yourself.
Right.
Because
I mean, that means
in
if these
reality,
things hold 500 pounds, then
500 pounds of cargo,
yeah.
in addition to 6 medium-sized individuals.
So we have no problems with 2
No,
canoes.
yeah, no. With
Yeah.
2 canoes, you guys are totally fine. Yeah. So you guys split up a little bit, and I mean it's not really like neither canoe is going to get very far ahead of the other on this river. But you guys are heading down the river.
Yeah. Let's fucking go. Let's start our adventure.
So as you guys head down this.
We are now in.
Okay, so as you guys head down the river, anything you guys want to do while you are proceeding down?
I don't know, but I rolled a nat 20 on it.
Any,
Think so.
you just kind of want to ride, just take in the sights.
Well, I'm keeping an eye out for Charlie's,
Okay,
but yeah, just keeping a watchful eye.
sure thing. So, you make it about 10 miles or so down this river. Kind of the first half of the day, and as the river begins to narrow, the jungle begins to close around you. This bright light shining from the heavy, the hot sun above filters through this, intensely green foliage kind of all around you. And in some places, the trees almost kind of curve, forming this like sort of natural arch over the river itself. You see these huge broad leaves that line the path ahead, and you see kind of heat waves sort of rising and off the top of the water. Insects buzzing in and out of your view, and occasionally you'll see some kind of a fish of some sort kind of leap out of the water to snack on these insects that get a little too close to the surface. Kind of in the distance, you hear these faint rumbles echoing from afar, somewhere deeper in the jungle. You're not quite sure where. Eventually, kind of as you kind of come to a, you start to see in front of you this large waterfall, maybe 30 or 40, maybe pushing 50 feet tall, and it is above you. Like the rest of the river continues above you.
Are there like cliffs on the side of it, or?
Excuse me, you said it was almost 50 feet tall?
Yes.
Well, wonderfully for us, I've still got 200 feet of rope and a grappling hook.
Okay.
So that gives us 100 feet for each canoe to make a pulley system with Darius over here to get him
I
up.
think that sounds pretty good.
Okay.
One of us will need to get up there first.
Oh, I can do that. How tall is it
I
exactly?
think our strongest person should.
Well, can he get up there?
pull rope.
Darius can see you. I can climb it.
Alrighty,
You
off you
kind of
go.
look. And you
Here,
see
Darius.
the jungle kind of gets thick on the sides of the water here. You can kind of make, kind of looking at the tops of the trees, you can kind of make out a slight, what seems to be maybe a rising hill, if you go far enough off to the east or west, and kind of loop back around.
We can go directly up this. That's like the better option.
For sure. Darius, hey, come here, bud. I'm gonna make it so you can climb it for sure. And I'm gonna give him a big hug and cast jump on him.
Okay. He kind of like steps on his feet a little bit. He kind of takes like a couple like little quick, like a athlete's kind of hop, but they're a couple feet in the air hops. Looks
Yeah.
All
Because
right.
his strength is
This'll
what, like
work.
20?
Darius's strength, it's pretty high. It's pretty good up there.
Yeah,
It's pretty
because
high.
jump triples it, and his jump distance is already equal to his strength score, I'm pretty sure. So,
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Look here. Standing high jump. Okay, this is gonna be a fun little thing here. Okay. Okay, 3 plus.
Yo, can he just jump us all up there? Like, just pick us up and jump.
I can only cast it once.
All right, so Darius, you see him kind of take a little bit of a running start, and he leaps, and he probably clears a solid 15, 18 feet off the ground. Not quite high enough to get, all the way up, but rather than needing to take a long way around, you see him kind of get a running start, and he leaps, and he kind of lands up on top, grabs for some of these, grabs for a couple of these, kind of thicker trees here. Let's see. A natural 20 on a strength check, so sure, yeah, he's totally good. Alright, so Darius, in a couple of quick bounds, thanks to the jump spell, is able to make it kind of, you see him disappear into the woods or into the jungle for a moment before coming back out at the top of this waterfall, kind of on the edge of it and looking down at you.
Hey, Darius, did you bring the rope with you?
Yep.
Oh, you did? Okay. Toss 2 ends of it down.
Okay. So
Or-
he kind of starts feeding it down a little bit down to you guys. Ties 2 ropes together at end to end and throws another end down to you. So it's 100 feet
Yeah,
of
so
attached rope.
what I'm doing is I'm making, with the other length of rope for the first canoe,
Mhm.
is just a classic cradle where it's a loop at each end of the canoe and then across the middle and then connects to his rope to lift it up
Okay.
safely without tipping over.
Okay. Alright, what are the rest of you guys doing? Are you guys kind of helping unload these things, get them all rigged up to this pulley
Yeah.
system?
Yeah.
I'll
Help
keep,
unload it.
I'll keep an eye out while we're doing that. Don't want anything coming up.
Alright, sounds good. So, Alex, go ahead and make a perception check. And the rest of you guys, make Asher and Bumblebee and Flint make strength checks.
I'd argue that since I'm working with ropes, I should be able to make decks, right?
This is more so for hoisting the canoes up, getting them attached to everything, and kind of helping to
Can
push
you
it up a little
fish
bit.
while you're in a canoe? You can, like, can you fish while you're going down a river in a canoe? I don't.
So,
Absolutely.
I would say normally yes. Given the sluggishness of the water in these rivers, it's less of a like you're sitting in the canoe and the canoe is going as you're actually having to row to to keep moving. 5, 11, and a 5. Okay.
How did Darius do?
And,
Save us, strong
Let's
man.
see, Darius's strength check. How would I? Oh, I think I can do this. Let me do. How do I?
Yeah, is Bumblebee raging by any chance? Because he would have advantage on strength checks.
Ooh. I could rage.
Can he get really angry at this cliff? Like,
If we fail, yeah, probably.
Alright.
What does
Let me see.
climb speed mean? I have a climb speed of 20 feet.
it's
So
how
that-
fast you can climb.
How fast you climb. Yep.
Normally, yeah, you don't have to
Wonder.
make a check. You just can move that amount, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, we'd have to
made
make a-
Yeah, Darius' strength check was a 16, so... Between the three of you, it takes you a little longer than, you at first thought. But you get this first canoe unloaded and hooked up. Darius, begins to kind of hoist it as you guys kind of pull on the other end of the rope. He kind of... Like, you guys are pulling the one side, it's like as the pulley to kind of lift it up, and he's also just taking the rope it's connected to and just pulling it himself. No pulley system involved. I'd say it takes you about half an hour to get this thing up to the top of the waterfall for that first canoe. And you see Darius kind of take it and kind of pull it to the side a little bit. That way it doesn't, that doesn't drift anywhere.
Thanks,
You guys are all
Darius.
kind of sweating a little bit in the heat. A couple of times you're slapping some insects off of you and such. And all right, go ahead and make strength checks for the second one.
Hang on, everybody. It's important we stay hydrated. Everybody drink some water before we lift it up.
So you guys can drink the water as you're doing this.
Chug.
Going back and forth.
Alright.
Easy enough. Okay. 15, 14, 10. Much better this time. For Darius, a 20. Okay. So yeah, this one, you guys are in the hang of it. You guys are in the hang of it now. And you get the flow of it going, and you're able to much more quickly, probably half the time, 15, 20 minutes or so, get this one up to the top. So now both canoes are up at the top of this waterfall with Darius. Alex, with a perception check of 11, really from the banks of this river, it's hard to see too deeply into the jungle. It's kind of just very thick foliage.
Okay. About
Alright.
what I expected. Had to be safe, though.
All right. So, what are you guys doing now?
We continue on.
Okay.
Alright, you have to climb up on top of the thing.
You have to make your way kind of through and around up to the top of this waterfall, and see Darius kind of pointing out the route that he took. The route he took was a couple of 2 or 3 quick leaps.
Well, we've still got a rope. We can just raise ourselves up on the rope.
Yeah, if you want to do it that way, or you can. Yeah. So how do you guys want? Do you guys want to use the ropes and kind of scale the waterfall, or do you want to kind of just loop around through the jungle and make your way to the top?
I'm gonna
I'm climbing it.
I'm
Alright.
tucking my leg into the loop and like looking up at Darius, going, "Hey, hey, hey."
Yeah.
See if I can get him to lift me up.
Kind of looks. He is. Let's see how far you can make it, and if you need the help. Nick, you're able to do it pretty quickly. Given
Yeah.
your climb speed of 20 feet, you climb up no problem. Asher, make a survival check.
Okay. Here's it.
Oh, 18. Nice. Okay. So as you're making your way through here, kind of keeping your eyes out for just general things in this jungle, you notice dangling from a tree on the way up a few tan, wrinkled, sort of oval-shaped fruit. and kind of peering beyond them, you see more trees full of these kind of wrinkled-looking ovals.
We should try those. See if we can eat them.
I'm gonna
I don't.
suggest not doing that.
Do they look poisonous?
Make a nature check, Alex. 13. So you've never seen this fruit, but you do notice that kind of amongst the wrinkled ones, occasionally you see ones that are smoother skinned, non-wrinkled. Slightly smaller, but smoother skinned.
I'll take a few of those.
A few of the smooth ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Asher, you're just making your way past them?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys continue walking. Eventually, the four of you find your way. Or actually, Flint, go
We
ahead
should
and
be
make
in a
a.
canoe, shouldn't we?
Well, you're on your way up to the top of the waterfall currently.
Oh.
Flint, make a athletics check. As you're climbing up using this rope, kind of freebasing it. Flint, Dusty.
What? What am I rolling? I'm so sorry.
All good. Athletics check, please.
Athletics?
Mhm.
May I use acrobatics instead?
If you can describe the acrobatic way you're climbing this cliff face.
Yeah, so instead of trying to use brute strength to pull myself up, I'm going to just jump from rock to rock up the waterfall. And I know it's going to be way harder, but I'm way better at acrobatics
Fair
than
enough, yeah.
athletics.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, go for it. It will be harder. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, so these rocks are a little slippery, and the first couple jumps are a little dicey, but you kind of catch yourself on the rope, and Darius, though he wasn't really agreeing to help pull you up, he was forming like basically a boulder this rope is tied around. Catching your balance, you're able to kind of leap rock to rock, side to side, and eventually find your way to the top. So,
Thank you, Darius.
so Bumblebee, Darius, and Flint, you guys are kind of standing there, kind of loading the canoes once more, kind of undoing some of this pulley system as Asher and Huckvar make their way, pushing through some more of these sort of the thick jungle foliage.
Oh. I looked back down at the cliff where there's a very sad Roger.
We'll get him up.
Yeah, I'll go back down and bring him up if I can. Yeah, I'll take the long way. I don't care.
Okay. So you go back down, hit the long way around. Takes you another, having to double back and get Roger adds another half an hour or so, but because he's a little bit skittish of this jungle. But anyway, so all in all, you lose about hour and 15 minutes or so of fording this waterfall. But looking off in the distance, the river seems to continue. It seems to kind of wind around a bend a little ways off, a little ways ahead, but you do not see any further obstacles in the path. All right, you guys just hopping back in the canoes.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So.
Question, do you think one of you could... Do you think you guys could handle rowing the canoe while I catch us food?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I can do it.
I mean, we've only got 2 paddles, so
Sure.
Fair
Okay,
enough.
then
Okay.
while we're in the canoe, I'll take out my fishing.
All right.
Supply.
Make a survival check. I'll consider this foraging for food.
Trying to remember what the hotkeys are.
The F keys.
Yeah.
15? Okay. Yeah. So during the course of the next 5 or so hours, kind of paddling until you start to kind of reach dusk. This river just seems to continuously stretch on and on. You make it, about another 10 or so miles downriver. Put a good amount of distance in between where you started and where you're currently at. In that time, Huckvar, I'd say you are able to catch. Go ahead and roll a d6. Or actually, hold on. Let's see here. Able to catch. Oh, okay. What's your wisdom modifier?
My wisdom is +2.
+2. Okay. You're able to catch 14 fish on the way down.
Nice.
Yeah. Given that you double the amount of food you find while foraging. So, all in all, a pretty successful bit of fishing. You guys, Bumblebee and Flint, you kind of watch as Huckvar kind of almost expertly, you kind of surmise he's probably done this a few times, maybe. Kind of gathers a good amount of provisions for the during the journey. So,
By the way, what color did you say those fruits were?
the fruits are this kind of tan color. The wrinkled ones are a little bit darker in color and wrinkled. These ones are slightly kind of closer to like a beige color, whereas the other ones are more of like a sandstone. These ones are smooth, kind of supple to the touch, beige-ish. And as you guys sort of start to feel fatigue setting in, it seems to be getting a little bit later. Do you guys want to try to push any farther? Or do you want to go ahead and set up camp for the evening here?
Let's push a little bit further just in case there's an encounter planned here.
I think pushing a bit further wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, we want to get there as fast as possible.
Do we have any idea where we are?
Yeah, where I've got the little green pin on the map there.
Okay, so we're way
so
back here.
so given that this is charted territory, you're able to easily lead the group in the expected direction.
Well, we may want to hold off a bit
Actually, kind of.
and make camp here because we've got that undead territory coming up.
That's a good point.
Like to stay away from that until daylight.
That's a very good point. We should definitely keep watch, though, regardless.
We also, any volunteers to try out these fruits?
Hey, Darius. You can't say
Yeah.
no right now, can you?
What the hell? I'll give him a bite. Okay. Are you handing some of them over to Darius?
I'll hand one of the 5 over to him.
Okay. So he takes it, goes to kind of bite it, and the skin itself, while it's soft, it's pretty tough. So he kind of pulls out a small knife and kind of peels it a little bit, carves off some of the skin. You see this very juicy looking fruit within. Darius takes a bite and immediately spits it back out.
That bad, huh?
Not, would not suggest.
Do you think it's edible, though?
Tell me, how does cyanide fit into your diet?
Oh, yeah.
That will go.
Cyanide.
That will go into the poisonous category then.
Aye.
Good thing you ate it since you're immune to disease.
Let's see. Gonna make a Constitution save for Darius just to see how much he takes any damage
Oh.
here.
Poison is disease.
It's not? It's not the same?
Nah.
Oh, dear.
Good thing I didn't eat that thing. We want some fish.
How about we keep those away from the other food? Just throw those out into the woods, please. Far away from my dog.
Actually, I have an idea.
I don't know if I want to hear your idea.
You'll like this idea. The type of underhanded thing, which
I'm not a big fan of underhanded.
You
I much
all-
prefer to stab my enemies in the face.
Can I take the fruits and drain some of them to fill a vial with the juice?
Do you have a vial?
I have 10 of them.
Make a medicine check.
Really really wish I was better at these.
As far as everything, why are you asking?
That's true.
Yeah.
As far as like a walking
He's D&D Batman, man.
You think
Oh,
I'd
man.
include a grappling hook and not vials?
That's true. That's true. Okay.
Like, I have a fishing
5.
cap.
Okay, so there's 4 you had left.
I had 4 left.
Yeah. So the first 2 you try to squeeze out into a vial. You accidentally squeeze too hard, and the fruit itself ruptures in your hand. You have 2 of them left.
Can I try again?
Sure.
Oh, no, stop. No, it's not. Medicine is not.
Yeah. This one's no dice either.
Okay. Let's
Here,
work
let
the
me
try, guys.
let me help you out with the last one there, bud.
I think I already used all 4, right?
They're already gone.
It's
Alright,
fine.
Yeah.
We'll find more
Yeah.
varied substances.
And if you do want to help, make sure say something before it's rolled.
Yeah, I know. I thought he had one more to do.
Oh yeah,
Ah.
I'm sorry. Well, with a 5 being as much of a failure as it was, it consumed more than just a single
Yeah,
one.
I gotcha.
Basically. All right.
It's okay.
So, so far you've kind of failed to really extract any poison out of this. Darius takes 13 points of poison
Man.
damage.
I want to go back and grab some more.
All right. Well, let's get our camp broken, okay? Or
Yeah,
so you're
set
gonna go
up.
ahead.
I
So
mean,
you're not pushing farther, correct? You're setting up for the evening.
no,
Yeah.
we're setting up for the evening.
Okay, cool. All right. So you guys set up for the evening. Similar fashion as you're used to at this point. As you're beginning to set up and unload the canoes, kind of pull them off onto the shore. Rain begins to fall.
I set up the rain catchers.
Okay.
Yeah, I help.
It's a not quite. I wouldn't quite call it a downpour, but it's heavy.
Can we like set up the rain catchers as tarps? That
Yeah, that's what I was
under?
thinking.
Yeah.
That
I'm sorry.
we should do that. Set up the rain catchers as tarps and use our cloths in our backpack to put under the gaps so we can sleep underneath them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have
Yeah.
a tent.
We do have tents,
But
but
do we
this
have
is
enough
far
tents
more
for
fun.
everyone?
yeah, I think everybody has a tent, right?
I don't.
Oh,
You have 10 vials and grappling hooks, but no tent.
Dude, tents weigh a lot.
actually, I don't have a tent either. I used to have 5,000 feet of rope to make tents with, but now I don't.
Jesus Christ, you guys. All right.
But we can.
So you can either. I mean, you can buddy up, or whoever's on watch can not be in a tent. You guys can. You guys can
Probably-
figure it out.
to
Hey,
a tent
Bumblebee,
And
Hey,
the
Bumblebee.
person under.
Yes.
you got a tent?
I actually don't.
Oh, hey Darius, got a tent.
What have you guys been camping in this whole time?
I've been sleeping in trees and other
A
people's tents.
rope bundle, literal
Darius-
hammocks and rope
Darius,
bundles.
Kind of looks. My tent's in the bag.
Yeah, I'll get everybody's tents out, and then I'm gonna actually just set up my hammock like it
Wait,
has
we have
been,
a party inventory.
but
don't
with a rain catcher over it.
Yeah, if you open up the, I think you guys can see the party inventory. It's on the party sheet.
Yeah, we can. No, okay.
We also have our-
Asher and Darius both have tents.
Correct.
So
Well, and I'll sleep in my hammock, so 2 to each one, and then
I was going to suggest 2 to each one, and then the person on watch can just stay under the tarp.
yeah. But I also have a hammock, so I'm just gonna sleep in that,
Okay.
made of rope.
All right.
And
so
tarps.
you create your hammock. You guys set up the rain catchers. Kind of using them almost as shelter from this rain.
We'll
and
need,
the 2 tents. Bumblebee, you said you were gonna climb up in a tree.
Yep.
All right. So.
We'll need a fire to
Victory.
cook these fish.
Okay. So it takes a little bit, but you're able to get a fire going underneath the cover of some of these tarps and provides some light. And as it gets later into the night, it gets dark, like dark. There's a moon out. If you kind of step out to kind of like you can just barely make out the moon in the sky. but most of the moonlight is just absorbed by these large, these broad leaves that seem to fill the jungle and just this dense foliage. And the rain kind of isn't really doing you any favors in terms of visibility.
Good thing Roger can smell.
This is true. So, Alex, you're cooking up some of these fish?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll borrow the cooking kit from I believe the cooking kit's in the bag.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, I just have the bag open to everybody
Yeah.
because you have to know what you're reaching for to grab it.
But you
So
guys
like,
have,
they can't grab my
13
random shit in there.
You
They
guys
don't
have
know it's
13
in there.
rain catchers.
Nice.
Seven of which are carried by Bumblebee Tuna. So you guys set out your array of rain catchers.
How does food work in the bag of holding? I forgot.
It is not preserved, but it won't spoil due to like bacteria or anything like that. But it will rot eventually.
Okay.
So it lasts longer than if it were just left out in the elements, but think of it like putting it in your pantry in your house, essentially.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, taking some time to get everything set up. Bugvar sets out the fish along sort of like a spit across this small fire that you kind of like. It takes you a little bit to get it going just due to the wind and rain, but eventually, once you get it going, you're able to kind of maintain it. And it does cast some light and throw some shadows into the jungle that occasionally you guys see sort of wavering in the wind, and that makes it a little bit hard to kind of catch yourself thinking, is that something approaching? Is that just the shadow? It's hard to say. But the scent of cooking fish fills the air and smells pretty good. Anything you guys are doing prior to sleeping? Are you guys gonna go ahead and eat and drink or anything like that?
Yeah, I'll eat some fish.
Okay.
Drink some water.
Definitely eat.
Okay.
Take my armor off.
I'll just cook all of them up because
Sure thing.
no point in holding on to them.
Sure thing. So you doff your armor, and you guys all kind of sit down to eat. As time passes, kind of hear the creatures in the jungle, though it does seem to kind of die down a little bit. The sort of roars and such of, you imagine large creatures die down and give way to shorter kind of cries or calls. More kind of almost a little bit more random. But things seem to go alright. You finish up your food. Anything you guys are doing before settling down for the night's rest?
No.
Okay.
Don't think so.
I'm just humming "The Lion Sleeps Tonight" to myself.
I like whoever drew the canoes.
Ow! Fuck, cat. Get down.
Alright, so
You're welcome.
Oh, right into my fucking junk. Jesus.
Darius, similar to the previous evening, kind of nods to everyone, and I'll take the first watch.
Thanks, bud.
So you guys all settle down to sleep. Here, why don't Nimi, why don't you, are you able to claim, here, let's see if you can claim, because everything I roll just gets masked, whether it's unrolling it as him or not. So open up the PCs thing, Nimi, and see if you can claim Darius. Okay, yeah. So go ahead and do a perception roll for Darius. Perception check, rather, yeah.
There we go.
Okay, so Darius is eyes wide open tonight. Kind of shuts his, oh, rather, not quite eyes wide open, more of a shuts his eyes and lets his ears do the work. And he hears the sound of underbrush being kind of tossed. The sound of something moving through what seems to sound, kind of sounds like tall grass or large plants. Kind of almost sounds like it's all around the camp. These quick footsteps. Eventually he hears a couple of shallow, low-sounding clicks.
Do not do it.
Listen very closely. Here's this kind of cutting through the sound of the rain for a moment. More quick footsteps. As 6 velociraptors begin to poke their heads out of the brush. I really just wanted to play velociraptor sounds.
Nice.
Alright.
A plus.
Okay. So. Back to the rain. Okay, rhythm. Alright, so. Go ahead and pull up the map. Images and maps. Where's the map I had? Oh, fuck me, you're just gonna take me away. Oh, there we go. Okay. Alrighty. So. That one, not this one. This one right here. Okay. That's not gonna really work for us. We'll use this guy here. No, we'll use this guy here. Alrighty. Okay. Go ahead and delete this. Alright, so. This familiar looking map here. Alrighty.
Flint gets just like a PTSD flashback when we see the deja vu.
Alright, so you guys are... I'm just gonna go ahead and drag all you guys out onto here. Alright, so... Boom, boom, boom. And I would say you guys are kind of in this sort of, Alrighty, so you guys are bumblebees in this tree here, yeah? Darius is on watch, kind of here out in front of the camp. The rest of you guys are gonna be. We'll go ahead and say that this red area is the tent. It's a couple of
Okay,
tents.
then I'm like over here under Bumblebee in my hammock.
Easy enough. So Darius takes a look around. These velociraptors appear out of the brush. Quickly closing in on him. Go ahead and roll an initiative for Darius, please.
It's a bunch of velociraptors.
5. Okay. Alright, so. Top of the round. Velociraptor bros are going to kind of charge in at Darius here. So. This first one here is going to use its full movement speed. Alrighty, this guy here. This guy here targeting Darius under full movement, it's Darius. He's going to make. He's going to first try to bite Darius. That is a 8 to hit. Misses, and he's going to, missing the bite, kind of rake out with the claws at Darius. It's a 20 to hit. So, I'm going to do this here. Alright, so, it's going to be a 2 damage to Darius, or 4 damage to Darius? So, 1 damage to Darius, actually. Alright. The second one is going to rush him as well. Make a bite attack with advantage, as it is pack tactics. 21 to hit. 4 damage reduced to 1. Claw attack. That's a 5 and a 14. Both miss. Okay. Third Velociraptor. The power of the pack is the pack. With advantage, a bite. Hits with 22. 1 point
So
of
little damage.
Darius is big armored man. 7 and a 5. Okay, those both miss Darius as well. The other Velociraptor is over here. This one here. Seeing Flint exposed in this hammock, rushes. Making an attack at you, Flint, with its bite. A 13 to hit. Question. You said you doffed your armor.
I took it off. My
Okay.
AC is still 15.
Cool.
My
Cool.
dex is really high.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright. 15?
Yeah, 15.
Oh, your dex is quite high. Alright. Alright, so that misses. Claw attack. Also misses. Okay. This guy here closes in as well. You now have these 3 Velociraptors all kind of trying to get a piece of that ass.
Mm.
This
I
one
fucking
here
knew this shit was gonna happen
with
again.
advantage. 21 to hit.
How uncanny dodge that?
Okay, so you take half. So you take 3 points of damage.
Yeah.
So go ahead and change that 7 to a 3.
Yeah.
And then a claw attack. So on. Okay, 2 19s. Alright, yeah, 23. 6 points of damage on that one.
Okay.
And the third one bites at you. 20 to hit. 7 points of damage. Claw attack. 14 to hit, misses. Oh wait, no, it has advantage, sorry. 22 to hit. 5 points of damage. So, Flint, you're awoken to the sound of just...
Darius, you're a
Like-
shitty fucking lookout. Why didn't you warn us?
Alright. Darius would go ahead and get a turn here.
He's just gonna hit the one above him. Let's
Okay.
see. This, and then he is
Why is my computer just like dying right now?
Oh yeah, we're level. I was thinking we were level.
Yeah, if we were level 3, I'd be dead with how I roll
Natural
HP.
1.
and then he's just gonna swing again. Doing this.
11 does not hit either. These things are quick, and as he swings out at them, they're kind of in the dark. They're kind of ducking side to side, and all 3 of them harrying him at this point. It's hard to get a solid blow in. The rest of you guys are awoken to the sound of just biting and tearing, and Darius and Flint yelling for help. You kind of hear this. Alright, the rest of you guys go ahead and roll initiative as well.
So, question,
Nick.
and this is not a complaint,
Wow.
but what's the point of us posting lookouts if we still get a surprise round against us?
They didn't. They got
Yes,
spread
they
around. Darius got to move.
Okay, what's the point of us posting a lookout though?
That
The point of the lookout is to wake everyone up when we're getting attacked, so we don't get surprised.
Yeah, that is good point.
given the speed of these raptors and the initiative that they rolled, and the fact that it's raining dark in a jungle and you guys are sleeping.
Yeah. Well, it's just like that's why we post the lookouts, is so this shit doesn't happen. Just want to make like, what can we do to make sure that it works? Is what I'm asking. You know what I mean?
I got what you're saying. Honestly, the reason I had the 3 go after you.
Oh, I'm not. I know why they went after me.
Right.
I
I'm
was
just,
closer.
yeah.
But that's not the problem. I'm just asking.
It was more of a like, Darius saw them as they were closing, less of a like he saw them approaching, and more that like it was as they came through.
And I think the point is the result of what just happened seems to be pretty much the same as the results if we didn't have a lookout.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
And Darius, if a 20% perception isn't enough to get the bonus, then
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I mean,
It's not a complaint. I just like you see where we're coming from, though.
yes, no, I understand. Yeah, I got you. All right. Well, anyways, so top of the round.
I have another question.
Yes.
Did we hit level 6?
No.
Okay, that's it.
All right.
we won't for a while.
For some reason, when you said like I turned on Fantasy Grounds and get ready, I was like, did we hit the level? I needed to prepare for that.
No. You're good. You're good. All right. Top of the round. These raptors are gonna continue to assault Darius here. Alrighty. So got Darius here with advantage. Is that natural 20? 7 points of damage dropped to 4. And then with the claws, both miss. Okay. God, dude, my computer is like chugging right now for some reason. Alright, next raptor, Darius. 19. 5 points of damage dropped to 2. Natural 20. 6 points of damage dropped to 3. Alright. Third raptor. 19. 3 points of damage dropped to 0. Fucking heavy armor master. Holy shit. Okay, another natural 20. And 6 points of damage dropped to 3. Alright. You guys over here by you, Flint. First one at you. 5 and a 3 misses. Tries to claw at you.
I'm uncanny dodging that.
Okay. So this will be halved. So 5 points of damage halved. So you take 2. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I rolled a 1 and a 2 on a d4.
Alright.
Alright. So you take 2 points of damage there instead of 5.
Yeah.
So go ahead and so you should be at 23. Yep, you got it. Alright, the next one here. Biting at you. 17. 8 points of damage. Clawing at you.
Fucking regular ones are hitting harder than the crit. Okay, 400 points. Well, I'm dead.
7 points of damage.
Oh, I'm at 4 HP. But there's still another raptor.
Yeah,
20.
you're dead.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm
Flint is
unconscious.
KO'd. Alright.
And now that gets 2 more attacks while I'm on the ground, incapacitated.
Not quite. It bites in, sees you drop, and being pack hunters, they know next target, bring it down before eating. So it shifts its focus. This is Velociraptor 6 here. Darius. It makes its claw attack advantage at Darius. 14 misses. Okay. Brings us to Hakvar.
I will draw one of my crossbows.
Okay. So you kind of flip the lid of the tent out, and you now see 6 raptors in your camp, raising havoc. You see Flint has been torn from his hammock to your side, on the ground, unresponsive. You see Darius with 4 raptors around him, the other 2 eyeing him and then looking at you.
I will Hunter's Mark this guy.
Okay.
Is this how I do it?
Yes. You got it.
Oh, sorry. What did I?
What's up?
I'm trying to figure out how I did my crossbows because there's something weird here. Okay. Oh. Okay, I think right. So I'll take. Actually, I'll move up to here to get advantage,
Okay.
and I'll
So
take.
I go ahead and add
Chult.
add 2 to the roll.
No, not to add 2. Okay.
Yeah. Alright, as you walk up, you put a crossbow to this thing, and poof, it falls over. Now that's at this, like, it falls to its side. You now see the rest of the pack turns their attention from Darius at you.
I'll move up here then, and take a shot at this guy.
And you're you're doing advantage. How? Sorry?
Flanking.
So remember, for flanking for this one, we're doing the add 2 to the attack roll, as opposed to just a flat advantage. So click the little +2 at the bottom left. It'll be good.
Yeah, but I still have hit the first one.
I don't actually see your attack roll at the first one.
Oh.
I just see a straight damage roll. A 14,
Okay,
yeah,
so-
14 would have hit.
Okay.
So go ahead and just roll again
In that case, that would have been.
at the first one. Yeah. So a 10 plus. Did you add the 2? Yeah, you did add the 2. Okay.
Yeah. And then I'll take take my last shot at it.
Okay. 11. So
Okay.
hit. Alright. So you drop the first one, kind of like Boondock Saints style. Walk up to the second one, cock back the crossbow. This one, its attention shifted to you, able to kind of throw your aim off a little bit. Kind of approaching you, claws out, mouth open. Alright. Brings us to Flint.
Death saving
I
throw.
believe in you. Hey, there you go.
1 success.
One success. Okay, Asher. Asher, you crawl out of your tent as well, and you see this just absolute mess in front of you here. I think you may be muted if you're talking.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna do Tides of Chaos.
Okay.
Then we're gonna do a Firebolt.
You let the chaotic
Quick-
nature take over for a moment.
But no, we're not doing Tide.
Oh, you're not going to try to
Yeah, we are.
chaos?
Yeah,
okay.
we're doing
Okay.
Tide of Chaos.
Tides of
Okay.
chaos, okay.
Then we're gonna do a Quicken Spell. How many sorcery points is that? 2.
Mhm.
And then that's a Firebolt.
Okay. At velocity for 6 with advantage.
Yep, with advantage.
14 hits.
It's
Drop the natural 1.
damage.
You cook it.
Okay, and then now the next one. Casting is my action now.
Okay.
Chaos Bolt.
Okay.
No advantage.
17 hits.
Damage.
Okay.
I don't even know the damage type is 7 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 7 is psychic, so yeah,
Yeah.
doesn't
it's-
matter.
It's gone. It's gone, Zed. This one you
Um,
watch, it kind of like gets confused at first. It kind of snaps. It's kind of claws at the air before falling over. Tongue lolls. It's kind of flops out of the
Okay.
mouth.
For some reason my hotkeys are gone.
Are you holding Control Alt or Shift?
No, I think it's because I have Darius selected. Or I have
Could be.
Darius.
The bottom left, at the bottom of the chat window, you might see yourself and Darius down there. You might be able to change that.
Bottom left, where?
Bottom left, like bottom left of the chat. Do you see like a little bubble that has your name and then Darius's name?
No.
Okay, right above the modifier and the advantage stuff. But maybe that might just be something only I see.
Yeah, I think it is. So I have to roll something.
The Wild Magic Surge table.
Yeah,
Oh shit, I didn't mean to roll it.
got it.
There you go. Darius.
Wait. Who is it?
What?
A random creature.
A random creature within 60 feet of
So how
Asher.
many people are there?
So there's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, so roll a d8. On a 1, it's you. 2 is Huckvar. 3 is Darius. 4 is this Velociraptor. 5 is this one. 6 is this one. 7 is Dusty. 8 is Bumblebee.
Yeah.
3.
3.
That is Darius.
And then he's
Darius is
4
poisoned
for 1 hour.
Okay.
That's unfortunate.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least you didn't kill me.
That would have. I was waiting for it.
Yeah, I am at the moment. I'm using like, what's the highest possible AC I can get at level 5, just to fuck with you for this bullshit.
All right. Anything else, Asher? All right, Darius. Darius is up.
He's gonna attack the one above him.
Yep. Darius targets Darius.
Already poisoned.
Yeah, I dragged. Yeah.
There we go. Now he's gonna make 2 attacks. With his great sword. I don't know why that did that twice, but
It's because you
one
had
of those
both. Yeah,
hit.
somehow you had. Oh, the 18 is the first roll. It targeted at himself. Because it got. Darius got clicked as well. That's fine though. 18's gonna hit. So go ahead and roll the
What's
damage
that?
for it.
Damn. That's...
And that's the great sword.
But what did it roll? Oh, wait.
Disadvantage
dying.
because of poisoned.
So you
And
rolled
then-
2 11s? Okay.
It dropped. Yeah, it rolled 2 11s.
Wow. You rolled 3
Yeah.
11s?
It rolled
in a
3
row?
11s actually. Yeah, so that you
Yeah,
cleave that Velociraptor in half.
And then attack great sword. I rolled a 3 on the other one, so
Correct.
that one would not
Be a
have.
10. That would be a miss. Yeah.
He's just gonna move over to here.
Okay. Alrighty. Anything else for Darius?
No.
Okay. Bumblebee Tuna.
Okay, a very deep cat nap, but very slowly. And do the Velociraptor around Darius and Flint, they look like I could jump on them. So I want to rage and jump on them from the tree.
You could try. It'd be a acrobatics check. If you'd like to try to do that.
Gonna rage.
Okay.
I don't know if I had to do. Oh, I double clicked it.
3 rages. I like it. Alright, I'll get rid of them. There you go.
Yeah,
Ready?
I'm super rage.
Just very angry. You wake up, you look
Do I do
down,
the
you see Flint-
acrobatics,
see Flint
or
on the
do I-
ground. Yeah, go ahead and make an acrobatics check to leap onto one of them.
Oh, I just changed acrobatic. It's Dex, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
because
click on-
athletics
click
is
on
strength.
Skills, yeah, you got a 9. You try to leap out, and you misjudge the distance, and you end up past them. Kind of, for a moment, almost sprawling out, but your feline agility allows you to stay.
Hey, I'm
afloat.
flanking now. Can I still attack?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you just yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna take out my warhammer.
Okay.
And
go ahead add
smash
2
the
to-
walls.
Yeah, so go ahead and add
Yep.
2 to the attack roll. You got it. Oh well, you're raging. So
Oh.
Nice.
Wait, yeah, I don't get both, but it doesn't matter.
yeah, it's good. So you just deliver a crushing blow to the head of this Velociraptor from behind. Oh, you didn't have a target. That's why. Yeah, 9 damage.
Sorry.
You're good.
It's
You clock it across the head, and it gets dazed for a moment, but it is not down. It's just bleeding profusely.
Gonna attack it again.
Okay.
Double 11s.
Yep. Oh, so this is so you made a reckless attack. That's what it was. Sorry, that's why you have advantage. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. Now it's dead.
Yeah.
So you drop one hammer on the head, come around again to the side. All right. Anything else you're doing?
Nope.
Okay.
That's everything.
That raptor is dead, so we're gonna have to delete this guy. Dead, delete this guy. Dead, delete this guy. Dead, delete this guy.
dead. Just delete that guy.
Yeah, alright, last one's
that
alive here.
guy.
Watching its whole pack be decimated, it's going to attempt to flee back into the jungle from whence it came. So both Bumblebee and Darius, you guys will get attacks of opportunity against it.
Darius
If you would
is-
like to take them.
Oh, I guess.
So it's trying to run past.
Yep.
That's it.
Why is action not showing up?
A 9 does not hit. 12 does not hit. It's going to run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's going to continue running, full movement speed. I can't move it off the map, but it's getting out there. Alright. Huckvar. So you see this thing running into the woods trying to escape.
That. Yeah, I will just start shooting at it.
Okay. So it's pretty thick in the in the foliage. Make a perception check for me, please, just to see how hard this thing's gonna be for you to hit. 16. Yeah, you're able to track it through the trees.
And I will. Yeah, I don't have any. So.
16. Yep. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
gone.
I'll fire 2 extra shots to its corpse just for good measure.
Okay. First one
Don't
misses.
know why I got advantage, but
Yeah, it's very much dead.
okay, cool.
Alrighty. So.
Up.
Alright, so that brings us out of initiative.
You can just let me die. It's okay. I've got a 24 AC Warforged ready to go.
I immediately run over to Flint and give him a potion of healing.
Here, don't waste that on him. I'll give
I'm
him some
slowly pouring it.
I will run over and stop him, and I'll give some good berries to Flint instead.
Okay, so you force some good berries down Flint's
Okay.
mouth.
I'll give him 10.
Okay.
10. Alright, so
And then, hey, Darius, mind let me help you out a bit?
So Flint, you wake up to the feeling of you open your eyes and Huckvar standing above you, both hands shoving berries down your throat.
is Darius standing above me too?
Not quite directly above you, a little off to the side.
I pull out a dagger and I fucking whip it at him.
Darius?
Yeah. Not really. No.
Okay.
I pull out a dagger and I go like I'm gonna fucking whip it. I'm like, you learn to fucking watch, and then I'm just gonna go the fuck to sleep.
Okay.
I'm going to use Lesser Restoration on Darius.
Okay. So Darius is no longer
There we
poisoned.
go.
Does anyone know he's actually poisoned?
I mean, yeah, you could.
I'm
Asher would know.
guessing.
Alright, so. The rain's still falling. You guys beaten and bruised. Flint just eyes closed, sleeping but stable now on the ground. Raptor corpses litter the camp. It's kind of kind of the blood kind of soaks into the earth a little bit. Darius kind of looks at you all and I saw them, but they were so fast. Kind of panting.
Try being faster.
I'll do my best next time. Does anybody else want to take watch for the rest of the evening? I could use some sleep.
I'll do the second watch.
Okay.
I'm already fucking asleep.
Okay.
I need to get a rest. I've spent quite a bit so far.
Okay. So, Asher, go ahead and take watch. Go ahead and perception check. 13. Okay. So, you take a look around and kind of almost like in like an overwatching state, like you're like kind of like, you know, like missing the forest for the trees kind of thing. You're every little sound, you're snapping your attention over to it. Every little dancing shadow you look over, and it almost ends up being more of a distraction, more of a hindrance than it is beneficial. But seemingly, for the time being, whatever creatures may have been in the area prior, perhaps these velociraptors may have scared them away or kind of shooed them out. A few hours pass by of this rain, and nothing seems to invade the camp.
Right. Then I'll get Huckbar out.
Okay. Alright. So how far you're awoken?
Wonderful. Keep an eye out.
Sure. Make a perception check.
Make some notes in my book while I'm keeping watch.
Mm-hmm. 7. Okay.
Bit distracted.
Bit distracted by the book, yeah. But keep your ear open for anything that sounds, for anything that doesn't sound standard. The rain just continues to fall and kind of lulls you into this sort of almost a trance-like state as you just thumb through the pages of this Volothamp's guide.
No, I'm writing in my own
Oh,
book, not
okay.
reading his.
Okay. So, penning your own notes of your anything in particular that you're writing?
This time I'm writing about the fruits and the velociraptor.
Okay. So
Oh,
you
and-
you make note of the fruits that you encountered in these trees, that there were both smooth-skinned ones and wrinkled ones. And trying the
For the record,
smooth-skinned ones, they
in
seem to be
my-
poisonous.
It's in my log, so
Okay, cool.
or my note.
Cool. On D&D Beyond or here in this?
In the notes here, it has a link to
Oh, perfect. Okay.
what I've written.
Oh, okay, easy enough. Yeah, it's a Google Docs link. Okay, perfect. All right. Some time passes and you kind of feel the temperature rising. It feels a little bit the air thick with moisture. As the rain begins to die down and kind of give way to the sun in the morning. And you guys are give you a long rest. Bam. So. Kind of awake to the sound, familiar roars of the jungle, the sound of insects and birds.
Oh God. It's fucking awful. Shit.
We're alive. Can't be too bad.
I feel like something's out there trying to kill me.
There
There's
is
3
something.
times I've been knocked unconscious in as many fights.
Welcome to the jungle, mate.
Yeah, seems that way. That's why I didn't want to fucking come here.
So, everyone kind of begins to wake. Checking the rain catchers, you find each one was able to pick up on about... Each one gathered about 4 gallons of water.
Okay.
So, you've got about 4 times 13 gallons, 52 gallons of water, currently. From this sort of heavy downpour the previous evening. So, what are you guys doing?
Get back in the boats.
Okay. Anything you guys want to do prior to getting into the canoes, or you just want to go ahead and get back on the water?
Nothing in particular.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. So. Alrighty. Hopping back into the canoes. Traveling once more. Make it about the same distance as before.
I'm still fishing.
Fishing again? Okay, go ahead and make another survival check. 12? Okay. Go ahead and roll a d6, Alex. 5? Okay. And add your wisdom modifiers too. So again,
2.
This time about, similar. About another 12, 14 or so fish on the way down. You guys kind of hear, as you kind of come to the midday point, you hear sort of the sound of a brook, kind of like bubbling off to the left. Not quite a full-on river, just a small stream of sorts. And through the vines of the jungle, you're able to spot, kind of in the distance a little ways, this stream of water. And on the bank of that stream, you see these small shrubs that kind of hold this orange fruit.
Don't touch it. Come on. Keep moving. Trying to keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Continuing on. Continuing on another 10 miles or so down the river. This hex is hard to read. There we are. To about here. And you, kind of charting your course in the map here, you're just skirting the outside of this marked undead zone. And you hear these large, heavy footsteps somewhere in the distance. And as you look and turn your heads, you see the neck and head of a brontosaurus. 2, 3 of them start to rise above the tree line, looking around. You see, it seems to be a group of them. And occasionally they bend back down below the tree line, come back up again. Curiously, they don't seem to be eating the leaves of these trees, and instead, you kind of see in their mouth this thick root of some sort.
Root, you said?
Seems to be some kind of a root, yes.
Let's check it out.
I'm sorry. I think we should get back to the keep moving.
This could be edible, could be useful. Hey Darius, how you feel?
I don't like being a guinea pig.
But you're good at it.
I know.
Here, try some.
Okay, well, the root doesn't seem to be here. The brontosaurus
okay.
themselves seem to be a small, not too far, but a small distance into the jungle.
Let's go check it out.
Towards the east end of the jungle.
Come on, guys. What's the worst that could happen?
I could die. That's the worst that could happen. It's already almost happened.
As I said,
How are you approaching?
are you all coming with?
Very reluctantly, yeah.
Okay, here, let's try and be a bit sneaky about this. I'll use pass without trace.
Okay.
Just kind of.
So for everyone that's following, go ahead and make a stealth check and add 10.
Do we
So-
have to?
No, if you're gonna follow. If not, and you're gonna stay back by the canoes, you don't.
No,
need
I
to
mean, do we have to be stealthy?
Oh, I mean, don't have to be.
Yeah.
So a 22 for you, Nick.
No, I won't be that
31.
guy. I won't be
31
that
for
guy. I want to.
Asher,
Hey, go for it if you want.
Would you be hitting
No,
as well?
28. 28.
28.
31.
37. Oh, that was with the 10. Okay, sorry. Okay, 27. Then Darius as well. 2 and a 2.
Still a 16.
Still a 16.
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty.
What are those?
Wait, was that a 2 or a 1?
That was a 2 and a 2.
Okay.
Alright, so.
Okay.
You guys kind of making your way cautiously, slowly, seemingly quite stealthily. Very low noise as you kind of make your way through, and you see this lake. More like a pond, like a somewhere between a pond and a lake. And this group, this herd of brontosauruses, some drinking from it. You see occasionally, a couple of baby brontosauruses kind of skirting not too far from their mothers. And you see them, kind of bending down low, eating up this, seems to be this root that seems to be growing in thick around the lake area.
And you said this was we're east of the river?
Correct.
I'm gonna nudge Darius.
Kind of like right here where that little pink line is.
You got any more of those bombs?
The fucking fronts.
Kinda looks
I'm
over
asking, does he have any more?
Looks over at you. No.
That's
Just
too
the
bad.
one.
That's too bad.
Well,
Anything you guys are doing?
are there any roots that the brontosauruses aren't eating?
You see some. Make a perception check, actually. 7. Around them seems, like pretty picked clean. There is still some more along the banks of the lake that you kind of watch as they're drinking and eating. You kind of spend some time looking. They seem to kind of be like slowly making their way towards it. They almost seem like they're clear cutting this route from the area. There is some woods behind them on like the opposite side of the lake. And there may be some beyond, you're not sure.
If no one minds, I'm just going to go up and try and get some of the roots that's on the closest area away from, as far from
Yeah,
the brontosaurus as I can get.
Okay.
That's probably not a good idea. How far away is it?
From where you guys are to the lake, about 100 feet.
Okay, here. So let me check real quick.
Would you rather I?
No. Listen, I'm gonna go ahead. I still have pass without a trace, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's.
Can I sneak within 30 feet of the route?
of the route like near the Brontosauri, or the route that's kind of
the one that's least likely to get me killed. So not near the Brontosaurus, if we can help it.
Okay. In that case, make a perception check as well.
Okay.
$17. You see a small patch of route that seems to kind of go off away from the Brontosauri, kind of in a southeastern, like, so on the other side of the lake, and then off to the right, you see some of this similar looking roots growing in a small patch and then going into the jungle.
Yeah, so I'm gonna sneak around to within 30 feet of that and then just grab it with Mage Hand. Sorry,
Okay.
with my mind. My mind.
All right, sure thing.
And
So,
I am preparing Misty Step to start running the fuck away if anything sees me.
okay. Okay. So, anyone else heading with him, or are you guys gonna kind of let him go on his own?
I'll stay back.
Okay.
I grab Huckfar. I'm like, nope, you're coming with me.
Okay.
All right.
Have
So
a
the two of you.
go together.
Okay. The two of you make another stealth roll, please. Another stealth check. To head over that way. So
We still have
still
pass,
going,
yeah.
Yeah, 19.
19 and
18.
Okay.
Man, I love that spell.
It's a
Very
good spell.
one. Very good one. So you make your way across and kind of skirting the edge of the jungle around this lake. Eventually, you make it to this small patch of root, and looking up, you see one of these baby brontosauri. Kind of picks its head up and looks in your direction, and it's very cute. It's very small. It's maybe a little bit taller than Darius. And it just
So about the same height as me?
probably, yeah, maybe a few inches taller if it's fully standing, neck all the way
Yeah.
up. And see it kind of looking in that area. You see it notices the roots over there. It was previously hadn't seen them. It kind of turns and you see it kind of nudging its mother.
Hey, Huckfar?
Yeah?
I had a thought.
Must be difficult for you.
That's very rude. I had a thought. You think we could ride that little one there? Train it to work with us?
I'd be happy to give it a try.
Yeah, I think we should do that. I think you should do that.
Ah,
No, I don't mean
Okay.
it as in I think it's dangerous. I'm better
Yeah,
with
no.
animals than me. Yeah.
that's understandable. Getting it away from the mother might be a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, I know. They seem to like these roots though.
You think we could lure it away?
I do.
Each of you guys make a perception check while you guys are kind of standing over here near this patch of roots.
We're hiding.
Mm-hmm.
Perception, not
14 and a 9. Okay.
your
Remember, I still have Misty Step prepared.
Yeah,
I am
no.
fucking ready to book it.
Huckvar, you kind of hear some like groaning somewhere in the distance. In the jungle.
groaning.
Groaning, yes.
There's some groan.
You
Does
smell.
it sound?
You smell something. Not very good smelling. You smell something foul, as well. Kind of come over on as this gust of wind blows by. You catch a scent of death on the air. And
I'm
you hear
thinking-
some groaning.
We may want to get that Brontosaurus get out of here quick.
As you turn, like to say that, Flint is not there anymore. He's back with the group. Fucking
Aren't
gone.
you nice?
I told
Mm-hmm.
you. You hear him whisper like far away. I told you I was gonna run if it looked dicey. Get back here, quick.
Say that So the mother's with the baby, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um. And how close attention is the mother paying to the baby?
At first, it was kind of just still eating, but as the baby kept prodding it while you guys were discussing, it seems to be kind of tilting its head down to try to see what the baby's seeing.
Alright, I'm going to go grab the root
Okay.
real quick, a bit farther out.
Okay. So you're going deeper into the jungle to get the root, or you're gonna grab it and go?
Um, I'll just grab it.
We can all see them, right? Like we know what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go grab it. No.
Okay. Um. Okay. So you get about 6 sort of solid. Sorry, you get 6 solid kind of clumps of root pulled up out of the ground. Before you feel before you start to feel the ground shaking, and you look up, and it seems that this a couple of these brontosauri are heading in this direction towards this previously untapped cluster of roots.
I'll back off.
Okay.
Head back to the group. Very, very disappointed.
Okay. A
You
couple
know,
of
if you
them,
had
a couple of them do take notice of you, but don't seem to be too bothered by your presence.
you had stuck around, we could have a baby dinosaur with us right now.
No, I don't think we could. I mean, I think it's a great idea, but you said you smelled death, and
Eh,
it wasn't me. So,
don't worry. As much as
I-
you smell, I know that.
all right. Well, look, I'm really not trying to die today. All right. I as much as I would love to get one of these giant creatures, if there is significant risk to bodily injury, I'm going to go ahead and pass.
We'll get one later.
Yeah, we will. I
I
agree.
suppose it wouldn't exactly fit on the canoe.
I do. That's true, and I do think it's a great idea. I just think now is the time.
Okay.
I'll put my hand on Flint's back and say,
I jump like fucking a mile.
"Rest easy, my friend. No one will touch your soul today."
Yeah, sure. All right, if you say
His
so.
soul, no, but his body?
Yeah, I'm more concerned about
That's
my
a bit more
fucking
fragile.
face.
All right. So you guys making your way back to the canoes then?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So you hop back in the canoes and travel a short distance further, getting a little bit later in the evening now, before you come again to another one of these waterfalls along this river. Once more, the same kind of thing. This one, a little bit shorter than the previous one, but make a yeah. So this waterfall seems a little bit. It seems a little bit different. You kind of get like a different sound from it as you approach.
Is there something hidden behind it?
Make a perception check. Or
I'll
investigation
assist him
check.
with whatever it is.
Okay, make a investigation check. 9.
I'll roll as well.
Okay.
My investigation's pretty.
17. Okay. So Asher, you take a look and you kind of look around it at first, and it's getting a little bit darker at this point. Flint, you kind of step up and take a look as well, and seems to be a cave behind this waterfall.
We can tie our boats off and check it out.
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, I don't know if it sounds like a good idea, but it seems interesting.
All right. So, tie off the boats a little bit, step inside, and it's cozy in here. It's, not this large, expansive cave, but it is dry, and it does seem to be relatively well hidden from the outside, given the waterfall in front of it and the sort of darkness of the night. You do, however, find a couple of corpses of skeletons, really, left behind of a tabaxi and their seemingly mount or beast of burden of some kind, a rhinoceros.
That's a bit morbid.
How long have they been there? Are they carrying anything? I'd like to take a look around the bodies.
Sure thing. Make a investigation check.
Anyone want to help me with this?
I'll help out.
Okay.
Oof, they're both bad.
19.
Glad I helped.
Hey.
It's actually a 14. I rolled.
Okay, I was like, wait.
It's a
14.
I meant to roll.
On the the skeletons themselves, I mean, they're fully decomposed, just skeletons is all that's left. Some rotted clothing and some foul-smelling food, and you see a couple of barrels attached to, or here adjacent to the skeleton of the rhinoceros. Food within seems to have spoiled who knows how long ago. But one of the barrels does seem to have some water. Not sure how old or how long it's been there, but there is some water in one of these barrels.
Sorry.
Make a medicine check.
Ooh. Who was helping me?
I was.
Because you should help me with this too. I think you should help me with this one.
Oh, you want me to roll by myself?
I don't have a bonus to this.
I've done a couple medicine checks. Maybe this one I'll suddenly become a genius.
7 out of 10. Hard to say, really. I mean, given the length of time they've been here, you don't see any like obvious, like marks on the skeletons themselves. Like you don't see like stab wounds or like chips in the bone or pieces missing. Kind of just maybe it was hunger, maybe it was poison, maybe they ate something that took them in the night. Hard to say really what led to their demise.
So I don't really have anything on them?
Much to find here.
But
is that all that's in the cave? Is just that?
So it's a very small cave. It seems that they probably came in here to camp and then never made it out the next morning.
How late is it?
What killed them?
Hard to say what killed them. And what was that you asked, Asher?
How late is it?
It's pushing into the evening at this point. You guys have, spent most of the day traveling. And it was, kind of pushing dusk when you got in here.
I don't think we should sleep in the cave where the mysterious death occurred.
Yeah.
Being perfectly honest, I think we should get back out there and camp.
I agree.
Well, we have to get up a waterfall then.
That's fine. We don't have to go to the waterfall. We can camp at the bottom of it. We just shouldn't camp in a mysterious cave where we killed people for no discernible reason. You understand what I'm saying? It's just like whatever killed them might still be in there, whether it's a disease or a poison or a monster. We should sleep somewhere else.
Okay. So you're gonna set up camp outside?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. So make your way back outside of the cave. Find a sort of like a small, a clear area to camp for the evening. Assume you guys set up tents and rain catchers the same way. as before.
Yep.
Although it does not seem to be raining at this point. Maybe you'll catch something overnight. Seems to be an active night in the jungle. A number of creatures stirring.
I'm
Where
taking the
you're
first
not
watch.
sure. Okay.
I'm taking the first watch with Roger.
All right.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
So.
Do a better job than Darius did.
Yeah. And just to be clear, I am readying an action so that immediately when I smell anything, any kind of rustling at all, I'm waking everyone up. I don't care if they're mad; they're getting woken up if I notice anything coming close to the camp,
Okay.
so I don't fucking die again.
Okay. So as everyone begins to drift off to sleep, you and Roger keep a watchful eye over the camp. Are you going to make a perception check with Roger or separately?
Well, the two of us will work. We'll both make them, right?
Yeah. I mean, either way, you can either make a separate one from Roger, or you can make one of them with advantage. I'll say.
I think Roger's are better than mine because he has advantage anyway.
Sure. Okay.
Right? Is it smell based?
Smelling, sight, kind of four senses, sort of thing.
Yeah. So it's
Okay, so,
plus 3, right, for him as well.
yeah. For a hound, yeah, or yeah.
He's a mastiff.
Mastiff, that's what it was.
And the other one is.
Okay.
So he rolls a 20.
Okay. So, you kind of look around, and I mean, it's too dark for you to really see, and trying to hear anything, and just the kind of overall, the sort of overall cacophony of the jungle itself is drowning out anything else, but kind of nudge Roger, and you're like, kind of give him like a little bit of pep talk. Sits at attention for a while, and you kind of see him drop his snout low, sniff the air, sniff the ground. He seems calm. Doesn't seem to pick up on anything over the course of the next few hours.
Okay. So as soon as it's done, I'm going to wake up Huckvar.
Okay.
And he'll take the next watch. And I'll go to sleep.
All right. Huckvar, what are you doing on your watch?
Same as always, just keeping a lookout.
Mm-hmm.
Not really doing anything else.
All right. Make a perception check.
I'm rolling so good today, man.
I can see that. And then, okay. So Huckvar, look around, and you can't really see well in the dark. So you try to listen. You can't hear much over everything else. You try to smell, and all you get is the smell of just the river itself. And so, keep your eyes peeled as best you can in the short area around you, but looking up at the sky, you see some creatures flying overhead. These, similar to what you saw north near Fort Belarian, those, what Shago had referred to as terrafolk. But they are well into the sky, don't seem to be, doing any kind of hunting or coming down low, and the rest of the night passes without much activity. Okay.
Who's next on the watch? I guess Bumblebee. Yeah, Bumblebee.
Yeah.
I believe normally Bumblebee, yes. Okay. So, Bumblebee, you're woken up from your perch up in the tree. You purr. Make a perception check. 16. Okay. in the distance, you spot what looks to be these brontosauri farther now. Just barely catch their heads over the trees, and they seem to be moving somewhere. You're not sure where. Just somewhere different. Perhaps looking for more root. You're not sure.
I wake up Flint.
Okay.
I'm awake.
Flint. There's more dinosaurs. Look. I show him the brontosauri.
Thank you, Bumblebee. I know you mean well, but I'm very injured, and if I don't sleep through the night, I will remain very injured. So, thank you very much. And they are lovely brontosauri, and I really want one as a pet, but I gotta go back to sleep. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Your fur is very fuzzy. You're doing a great job with grooming. Good night.
Stay on watch right beside him.
Okay. You watch out. Flint, you kind of almost using Bumblebee as like a slight pillow for a moment before shifting back to your own bed. Bumblebee is very soft.
Which is impressive because I am literally in a hammock tree. So he's just kind of perched next
Using
to
my
me.
claws.
Yeah.
Bumblebee's perched in the tree. Rest of the night for you, Bumblebee. Not too much of note. You see a couple small dinosaurs that kind of poke their heads out of the jungle before heading back in.
I growl at any kind of dinosaur that shows its face.
They're all small enough that they kind of look at you. They go before scurrying back into the brush. A couple more of the compies. Rest of the night.
Hey, Mr. Dan.
Your rest. Yes.
I'm sorry. Before we wake up, I'm really sorry. I have to work in the morning, and I actually need to go to bed.
Okay.
I'm like passing out, and I don't want to.
Passing
like
out
half
IRL.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like IRL. And
How dare you put your job above D&D? Come on.
I'm
know, dude,
sorry.
jeez.
I thought I could make it through the night, but I'm not.
Just
It's
call
fine.
them and quit.
Yeah, just
But I'll tell you what. If I will whoever wants to play Flint can, and if you get him killed, no hard feelings. Because I'm not kidding when I say I have a 24 AC Forge Cleric ready to go,
Yep.
up and running. Fucking unkillable. Doesn't even need a feat for that shit because Warforged are disgusting.
And
They
also
changed
not
it.
allowed.
What?
I don't like
Yeah.
Eberron content.
Yeah, I've tried that one before, but then...
You bitch. All right, that's fine. I'll figure something else out.
Alright, man. No worries, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Good
I'll
night.
fill
Good
you in
night.
if anything of note happens.
No, you know what? I'll just
No.
play a fucking halfling divination wizard with Lucky. You'll just never be able to fucking win a roll to actually do anything. Yeah. All right. Good night. Good night.
Later,
Thank you
man.
again. I'm sorry.
No worries. No worries. Alrighty.
Do you want to call it since we're down half the party, or?
I mean, I'll leave that up to you guys. If you guys, want to keep going, I mean, I won't deprive you of your D&D. Totally up to you guys. Whatever you're feeling.
I'm
I don't
indifferent, but
care.
I'm not particularly enthusiastic about having to explain
Yeah,
whatever
that's
events
totally
go on.
fine.
Yeah.
That's
kinda
totally
what
okay. Alright, yeah, so... Okay.
Yeah, then Flint
Short-
just started
short session.
shitting on everyone in the party.
Oh, man.
Kinda weird.
Yeah.
We had to kill him. It
Yeah, I
was
don't know how this happened.
We
unsettling.
think it was Mad Monkey Fever.
He stuffed his face with these roots, and he thought he was a brontosaurus, and he just shit
Oh, shit.
everywhere.
Didn't have Darius try the roots before going to bed. We'll try it in the morning. What could go wrong?
Exactly. What could go wrong?
He just kills the entire party.
Alrighty, guys. Well, yeah. So shorter session tonight, but no worries. I agree. like I said, if you guys were fine explaining it, but you're right. Plus, it'd also be, asking you guys to control another party member. So, no worries at all. We will pick this up next week, same time, or maybe not the same time. Probably aim for 10. My daughter was being a little bit defiant this evening. So, but yeah, good session overall. You guys are starting to get close to that uncharted territory. So we'll see how that plays out for you guys. Getting close to that Camp Righteous over there as well. Some map markers here. But yeah, so
We smelled one marker.
You smelled something, that's for sure. But other than that, guys, great session tonight. Looking forward to next week. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording here.